Gentleman from Charlottesville, Mr. Toscano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, I rise today to talk a little bit about redistricting because it seems that that is the next item that will be on our agenda in the next coming months or so. The public continues to ask many questions about the process of redistricting, and although the census data was delivered some time ago, and there have been several public hearings prior to the census data being delivered, the public nor this side of the aisle has not heard very much information about the process that the majority party intends to use here to do the redistricting, either in the Privileges and Elections Committee or in the House as a whole. Mr. Speaker, I understand there was some discussions in P&E last week and some questions raised that were very nicely answered by folks on the committee. And it might be useful at some point for members of the committee to tell the body a little bit more about what the plans are going to be. Key to this process will be its transparency. And to that end, I want to raise several questions that I hope members can think about. And to the extent that members have information, they can share it with the body as a whole. First, question number one. 10 years ago, there were 3 separate bills on redistricting, one which dealt with the redistricting of the House, one which dealt with the redistricting of the Senate, and one which dealt with the congressional districts. I'd be interested to know, and I think the public would, about whether it's the intention for there to be 3 separate bills this time or whether they might be rolled into one bill. Secondly, some questions have been asked about the timeline for the process. When will it begin and how will it unfold? Will there be deadlines for submission of bills? And will the bills go directly to a full committee of P&E or will they be reviewed in subcommittee first? Third, what kind of public input will be solicited after bills have been filed? Will this public input occur just during subcommittee and committee meetings? Or will there be public hearings in other parts of the state so that the public can comment on plans that are actually proposed as they are unveiled? Fourth, what role will the Governor's Advisory Commission on Redistricting play in the process? Will the Privileges and Elections Committee directly seek their input on a bill or bills, and how will it be solicited? Related to this are the other groups that are out there who are competing to draw lines, some of the student university groups and perhaps others. Public input in this process cannot be overemphasized and to ensure that the process is fair and transparent for Virginians. Fifth, 10 years ago, the P&E Committee worked off a resolution which set forth various criteria for drawing the lines. Since the criteria are very important, the question is, how will the resolution be drafted? Will it come before the House as a whole for approval? And if so, when will this occur? On what basis will the criteria in the resolution be determined? How will members of the body weigh in and comment on the content of the resolution? Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, these are but a few of the questions that are being asked now about the redistricting process, and it would be very helpful both to the body and to the public to have these questions answered sooner rather than later. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your time.